I'm gonna remove my pads. Why am I padded in every direction so much? This game is an adaptation of one of my favorite adventure paths. Not one of my, yeah, one of. I think I like Serpent Skull better, but it is, um, it is one of my favorite games, favorite adventure paths, and so I am always a little critical of this game. I have difficulty enjoying it because I go, well, that's not how I run that. I'm gonna make this slightly lower. Okay, let's see if I can change our screen resolution so I can actually see chat while I'm in this window. There we go. Sound is a little too loud, but now I can see the sound, so I can turn it down to maybe 70%. And 70% looks okay. Any of those. That's probably fine. Okay. This needs to be brought there to match a little bit more. There we go. This is stuff I would do beforehand, but again, B2C didn't launch, so we're changing our plan. Okay. So here we go. We are ready to Kingmaker. I've started some story here at some point, but I don't remember what I was doing with it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just start it again. No, I don't want to send you game statistics. Okay, gonna go normal. Do I want to do? No, I won't be tough. This is, I don't need to challenge mode this. I will skip the tutorial just because I do know how Pathfinder works. Leave everything by the default otherwise. Okay. So now the question, who do we want to make? I need to make my character. So let's see. Let's just look at our ladies. We have Orange Gal. You are Aldori. You're Commandi Aldori. So I don't want to play as you because you're an actual NPC. Will they be character-like? Yeah, probably gonna make a character. There is me IRL. If I... This is me IRL. I don't know if I want to build that. I would dress like this. I would wear this outfit. I love those neck. Love that neck work. I love the flowy. I love the red. I love the trim. I love this stupid gaudy fucking hat. I would wear that outfit. I'm not going to use both of them right now. Okay. Ironically, this is also an outfit I would wear IRL. Like, I love head wraps and head covers. So these are both barb core. I love these. I'll probably pick image-wise one of the barb core ones. level monk. I love the vibe of kind of 1E Nephilim. They hadn't done the 1E doesn't have the unification into Nephilim yet, but I do love the vibes that 1E Nephilim art get. I think the unification of Nephilim, while great from a rules perspective, did kind of hurt some of the lore presentation. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab one of these two. I think we're gonna go here. This is it. We're gonna barb. We're gonna barb up. So one of these is not like the others. Let's get our hair into something. 6. 6 is the closest we get there. There we go. So now I have to decide. I think I'll just be a human. Boring, but it's fine. I don't need to do anything crazy. And then the real hard question is, there are so many options. I will take feedback and suggestions from chat. Let's see, this has a wizard vibe, but it could also be a cleric or an inquisitor. Humans are only boring if you think of them as default. Well, humans are boring in as much as what their class features offer in Pathfinder 1st Edition. Pathfinder 2nd Edition has more interesting humans. But Pathfinder 1st Edition doesn't really. Pathfinder 2nd Edition. God, it took me a little while to get my head around Pathfinder 2e, and when I was first looking at it, I'm like, I don't like this. This is very GURPS. Once I wrap my head around it, I go, oh, this is wonderful. But unfortunately, this is Pathfinder 1e, which is still better than D&D. Let's see. We could wizard. Wizard could work. Inquisitor could actually work, I think, for this. Bard and Cleric could work. Alchemist could work. We're gonna get an Inquisitor available to us in our party. We'll get a Cleric too, so I think I'm feeling Wizard? It's such a weak start, though, Wizard. Let's go ahead and be Wizard. Again, this is a class that is so much better in 2e. Pathfinder 2e, the reworking on magic is great. The second edition rework on magic, especially the 2e revise, when you just get liberated from schools and schools become literal schools, is great. You're right, wizards are too wizardy. We don't have to be a wizard. Let's go alchemist. Let's go out. What have we got down here for Mystic Theurge? Requires the dual class Arcana and Divine. That's a big complaint in this, is that they're squishy. That's, I think, always been the problem of Wizard in video game adaptations of D&D-esque games, is that they're very squishy. Archaeologist is such a... But I've played Archaeologist in my Wrath of the Righteous game. I played Wrath of the Righteous, and I tried to roleplay as Risk a Circuit, and I ended up taking Archaeologist. I don't think I'll do that here. I just want to point out that this is, ironically, the most Risk a Circuit possible class. It gives you the luck manipulation. It gives you all the other little things around there. It's kind of charisma focused. It is hard. Let's see. Yeah, let's go Alchemist. Let's think Alchemist. It's not the vibe. Magus could work. This is just the problem. There's so many options. See, if I just make Barb, I go, okay, well, I'm Barbarian. There we go. I lose my temper. Rawr, Barbarian Rage. But that's... Slayer could be interesting. Okay, this is an interesting bit to me. I might change the portrait. Okay. I changed the portrait. And I'm going to come here. We're going to grab Deliverer. So what's Deliverer going to give us at level 1? We're going to get Studied Target, so we can study an opponent as a move action and then get a bonus on attacks against them. We're going to get a Deity, which will give us other benefits over time, and we'll get our Slayer proficiencies, and we'll go find this. We're going to be a Holy Assassin. Why we're out in answering this call for adventurers, I don't know. We'll decide. We'll flesh it out. But that's who we'll be. We'll be a Holy Assassin, chosen by God to punish those who committed an affront. So, which god? Which god do we serve? Someone, give me a vibe. I have some decisions. I'm leaning more towards Cassie and Sahil, assuming Sahil is still watching, because I know these gods. Malekith and Desna. Desna is certainly one of the gods. I am personally more of a Caden Kalen or a Nethys fan myself. Yeah. Shaylin is also a lovely god. Oh my gosh, could you imagine being an assassin of Shaylin? Yes, we're out here in the world, and our job is to murder people who aren't beautiful. I've convinced myself. And this also means to come right back here. Shaylin, the eternal rose, the incorruptible, the goddess of art, beauty, love, and music. We are. We are an assassin chosen by the goddess of love, art, and beauty to murder her enemies. Don't worry about your input. I was kind of hoping that you would be like, ooh, be this god, the god of this, but that's fine. You know what? Cooking. Cooking is art. Gotta kill the ugly. Or those who disrespect art. Alright, this is a mad class. Okay. I'm gonna go up to 14 on all of those. Ugly could be personality. Possibly. We'll go on 4 on all of those. We need charisma, so I'm going to go to 14 there. 16 there. And then we're humans. We get to pick our racial bonus. I will choose dexterity, because I really feel like that elevated armor class and potential to deal more damage with ranged weapons or hit more regularly with ranged weapons is good. I like ranged weapons. So we need persuasion. We need perception. We need stealth. And we need mobility. And that will give us what we need to do in order to properly be an assassin for beauty. Point blank shot, absolutely. And what are our Slayer proficiencies? All simple and martial weapons. So let's go ahead. I want to grab a weapon focus in a longbow. I think we'll be a longbow focused assassin. Yeah, studied target. Sneak attack damage. Oh, that's right. We have to deal with sneak attack. So sneak attacks. I don't know that we can sneak attack from a longbow. So we should probably pick some melee weapon, which means we'll want to shimmy back here and change this to strength. At that point, I think we're coming into the good old classic. Rapier. There we go. Weapon focus, rapier. And point blank shot. So we get the bonus on damage if we're using a bow, and if we're in rapier range, we get the bonus on 2 hits. Lovely. And let's set this to the current date as of time of stream. So our lovely lady will be born on the 11th of Callistril.
We shall overcome.
She's a deeply pious person. And has to be in one of these alignments. And I think we'll begin neutral good, and we'll see what happens to our alignment over time as we roleplay things through. What shall her name be? Our assassin in defense of beauty. And love. She could just be out in the world to murder people who betray love. Do not be aromantic near this woman. Oh no. There we go. Her name is Romance.
Hold on. Just a little more.
No romantics in our kingdom. She would murder me. Oh no. What do we get as we level up here? Studying target improves. We got our Slayer talents. Determined Zeal. So we get alignment bonuses. Divine Anathema. 20. Master Slayer. Okay, so it looks like our choice of deity restricts our alignment, and then our alignment impacts
Stand with me.
some abilities we get later on and who we are better skilled at attacking. So by choosing to be neutral good, we will be powerful against evil individuals. Okay. Please don't make me read.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Where are they? This is taking forever! It didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Emery, I love her. Not just because she shows belly.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming!
I think that's me there.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
And see, we could have picked her portrait and then it would be on both sides, and that would just... one of us would have to change.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the Stolen Lands and name themselves
Thank you, Steam. What's bothering you? Nothing.
Baron or
Okay.
Baroness claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder. Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang
so
of bandits
much more
hold
heavy-handed
sway
than
in the
the
Stolen Lands.
Opening of
Their
the
chief,
adventure,
who they
which
call the Stag Lord,
is part of the thing
considers
I don't
himself
like.
the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
So, like, in the adventure path, in the first edition version, they did kind of integrate this opening into the reprint for the second edition, and I don't like it. It's annoying to me. But in the original, you're not hired. You're not like, oh, go forth and claim a kingdom. You are hired to chart this territory and deal with bandits plaguing trade. And it's not until you defeated the Sword Lord that the people of Restov are like, well, now you're kind of the power, and, you know, maybe you might want to establish a kingdom, and we'll give you some money on the sly, because it's in the interests of the Sword Lords of Restov to tame their southern border, to give them to free them up to put their attention towards internal matters in Revoy and increase their power. And, like, it's such a good thing. And that it gets washed off with this is, like, the first thing that just bothers me about this. Is we've taken the political intrigue and tossed it aside for, oh, race to be a baron. So, who will be the Baron if there's all of us?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
Thanks, Harem. I love you.
If I may please answer the question. We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
I do like how they elevate Tartuccio from just the minor role of redacted in the adventure path. I'm saying redacted because, again, I'm running it on Sundays, and while the party has basically finished book one, they have completely bypassed the area that Tartuccio is in, so I don't want to, like, say much about that. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I go, Cassie, stop watching me, watch Matt.
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around, or whatever it is you do.
Mood standards in Restov.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
No, because there's no political intrigue in this opening. They erased it for the sake of, I don't even understand why they erased that. They could have done the same thing. I guess that they felt that the video game needed to make it more explicit that you're going to be eventually ruling a kingdom and exploring it and such. and exploiting it and such because it's a video game. I don't know. And gamers can't be trusted to read between the lines.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
True, gamers can't be trusted.
Thank you again, with
You're
all
right,
my
Malachi.
heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet, go, and return in triumph.
Now, why did
Hi,
we go
my name's
here?
Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
So why are we going to take this call if we are an assassin for the goddess of love? If we were a cleric, I could see us building this kingdom, but we are on our way to destroy something in the stolen lands is ugly. Maybe we don't know what it is yet. Maybe I, the player who has GM'd this adventure path on multiple occasions, knows, but maybe, just maybe, the player, we don't know. Romance doesn't know. It's something ugly in the stolen lands that must be destroyed. I'm pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
A book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
I do love... Yeah, Lindsay is another really good thing that they have in this game. This is just really striking me as silly because I spent a lot of today reading works written in history by people who were present when the history came about. And I'm just thinking of... I don't want to say the name because I don't want to announce what Project Mosquito is yet. But one of the people I was reading is very biased, very self-aggrandizing, very, look at this person and all the bad things that happened because he didn't listen to me. And if only he had listened to me, everything would have gone wonderfully. And I'm just thinking that particular dude is like evil man Lindsay. It's great. So the chuckle. So Lindsay is a great example of a non-singer bard. I love non-singer bards.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, gods forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Sahil, stop spilling the beans about Project Mosquito. No, If the government knows about Project Mosquito, then the government's going to stop us. We need to stop telling everyone about the anti-malaria. No. So we're an art person, so we need to support her art. But maybe not about us, because we are not the source of beauty. We are the destroyer of ugliness. And what about Amiri? She's got a lovely belly.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. You can tell she could tear a bear's head off with her bare hands, but she kind of scares me just a little. But I mean, her sword's twice as big as I am. She could cut me down without even noticing. Just think on it a bit, all right? I'm sure you'll agree. All right, I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Oh, lovely. And then no one else really has anything to say. Point in trying to talk to anyone. You can talk to Harem. Oh no, we're doomed! Doomed! Because that's apparently how fatalism works. Cassie! I love Harem. I roll my eyes sometimes.
Help! Help!
Lindsay! At this hour of the night? Oh, it's so improper. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
I'm not going anywhere.
Stand with me.
I beg to differ. What have we got? We've got a longbow, a rapier, and a glaive. I'm going to take the rapier because that is the weapon that we have the strongest bit. Oh, we also have a flail. We have so many weapons. Study the targets.
Take this!
Okay, that is funny. That is funny. Assassin is immune to studied target due to difficulty settings. What? Why is Assassin immune to studied target due to difficulty settings? This is my entire class. Why is my entire class... Why is this thing immune to all of my class? That is concerning. Well, let's add a new type of weapon and a new type of armor. So our AC is currently 17. This will give us... Oh, this is what we're already wearing. Well, in that case, doesn't matter. I'm hoping that the studied target issue
us press
will
on.
resolve itself. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem. Because that is our entire class. We're gonna have a pretty sizable load very quickly with all the weapons we've got. A glaive is not a bad weapon though with the distance. I knew we'd have a glaive. I would have considered taking it. No.
We will prevail.
Artuccio. Okay. Let's go ahead and swap into the bow. And study the target. I'm going to change it to the glaive.
Strike as one. Do not hold back.
And study the target again. Immune.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory. Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the Stolen Lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Really? I'm just gonna drop it. I don't trust it. Okay, we are apparently going to be the lead tank person for the time being. Oh, that's...
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
We shall overcome.
Study target. Immune to studied target due to difficulty settings. Okay. Possible. Okay, I'm going to turn on turn-based mode, see if that helps.
Leave this one to me.
See if it's because I'm on turn-based, on continuous mode, if that's why. Nope. Okay. Oh.
Serves you right.
Attack! Our time has come.
That's slightly concerning. So basically, for some unknown difficulty reason, I don't get to have my primary class feature. That's lovely. Have I mentioned that this is a great, wonderful, well-made game? Yeah. They did better with Wrath. Part of that is that they're adopting in Wrath. They're adapting a bad adventure path. So like, yeah, they learned lessons about the implementation. They also are implementing a worse adventure path, so they don't have to worry about kind of living up to the expectation. But also. Scroll. Yeah. Assassin Bowman is immune to studied target due to difficulty settings. There's no... Where in difficulty settings do we see this? So we go to difficulty. Okay. Like... Is it critical hits? Being weak? That says it's applied to our party. Can't be death's door. Should not have to do with companions. Or negative effects on rest. Level up. So is it enemy stat adjustments? If I go normal enemies, is it going to suddenly work? It's my entire class feature, so that's why I'm it's like the primary feature of the entire class, and it's just saying, oh, they're immune because of difficulty. Well, that's... We'll try saving that. I go to my character and look at my abilities. Do I see anything about enemy immunity? So, a Slayer can study an opponent she can see as a move action. Then gets a +1 bonus on weapon and damage against it. If a Slayer deals sneak attack damage, she studies that target and gets to apply that damage against the target. There is literally nothing here about immunity. There's nothing here about immunity with precision damage. There's nothing like that. Like, if I remember correctly, this is something that you're immune to precision damage on, but you should communicate that to the player in your video game. When we level up and we get sneak attack, I'm going to be keeping an eye on whether or not it mentions things.
It's the end for you rats!
They dare to attack me?
Hi. Important question. Are you immune now that we've changed the difficulty setting? Assassin is immune due to difficulty settings. Why? That is not enough information for me to, like, if the assassin is immune to the ability, not affected, one enemy creature within medium range, not affected by spell resistance, extraordinary action, no mentioning about anything about immunities. Game's just bugged. It just doesn't work. I don't know why I'm playing this game. I knew this is a bad game when I started. I don't know why I feel like I have an obligation to beat the game just because I backed the Kickstarter.
Just die already!
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down. Blood for Gorum!
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
I'm probably just unreasonably critical of the game. Like, I recognize that as a thing going on with me, but also the entire class that I chose to play is built around studied attack, and hearing and seeing that these enemies are immune with due to a vague difficulty setting is very not cool. I don't think I'm unreasonable in thinking that if something is immune, you should be saying why it's immune. Especially when it's something as simple as getting a +1 on attack rolls. These assassins should not be immune, yeah.
Without a doubt.
They should not be immune, and if they are immune because of a difficulty setting, it should inform what difficulty setting it is.
I have managed.
Yeah. Fine.
Defeat is not an option.
Oh, but it's gonna go
Any last wishes?
be a worse fighter, because
Do not hold back.
apparently that's what we get to be, is a worse fighter.
Time to get my hands dirty again!
This is where I step in.
I should probably be using her capabilities. Try stunning a target again. It's immune!
We shall overcome. Ah! Yeah!
Out of my way!
You know, I also don't want to use Inspire
Serves you
Courage
right.
right now. I don't want to be using these until we get a little bit further into the dungeon.
Attack!
Glaive is so good. I might retrain that weapon focus into
Godspeed.
weapon focus glaive if the game gives me a chance to retrain.
Anything else?
The armory, we can raid it. So we're all overburdened.
What have we here?
What? No, we're here.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just... How would she know it was us and not the...
Don't drag me into this. You do what you want, but I'm not taking a single coin.
I started clicking through this because I don't care. We are heavy load. I figured we would be. We don't need that. Not stealing, it's from corpses. Yeah, but it belongs to the Sword Lord. We don't know that she's dead. That spear is worthless. I'm trying to look at weight to value. Hide armor is basically worthless. That's a 1-to-1. A 10-to-1. 10 pounds for 1 gold. That's not worth it. Get down below heavy.
Let us press on.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
Speaking of not seeing any living creatures nearby, I do love Jaethel.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
I love Jaethel. And I love that she's immune to the traps.
I will grant your request.
That can just...
How curious. What a surprise.
run down the hallway and trigger the traps, because... she's immune to them. Great. I'm going to continue looting everything I can, because it's not stealing. Just requisitioning. I'm not gonna grab a 10 for 4. I'm not gonna grab things that are worse than 1-to-1 weight to value at this point. $50 gold. Medallion 4. The cache is somewhere, so I'm kicking an unlocked door.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me!
That one charged forward, apparently. Are you, assassin, immune to studied target? Yes.
Strike as one.
Of course you are. There we go. Take a 5-foot step. Thank you, Lynn.
You deserved it.
Leave this one to me.
Oh, it's lovely of you to come to us.
Unworthy.
Yeah. Do not hold back.
Haha. Okay. Now we have the puzzle, and I don't remember the resolution to the puzzle. This is a slightly irritating puzzle.
You have my attention.
Get you in here. Grab the treasure while you're in here. And then... need them all, I think, to be facing up. I don't remember what they all do. That changes those.
Adventures
Go
call to
open
that.
that one. Those.
I will see this through.
Share your will.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Speak.
Anything is possible.
state your desire.
What troubles you?
Ask.
I wrote it like I saw it.
My patience is running thin.
Let us not hesitate.
Enlighten me.
You have my attention.
Clear those.
Just letting the ink dry.
I want these two to be in alignment.
I always have a second plan.
Or I could just get it by accident when I'm trying to poke at it. Ooh, treasure room. And importantly, a wand of magic missile. While I'm doing this, Artuccio, you don't get to have equipment. Just don't.
Stand with me.
Rah! Battle continues. Is this a fight where we're gonna need to sing? I don't think it is.
Any last wishes?
We shall overcome.
Waves are so good.
Just die already!
This is where I step in. Serves you right.
I see. When I ran this game, one of my players convinced me to let him run a positive energy kineticist,
Wretched
and
thing.
it was extremely busted.
Ah, everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
Apparently, I've already passed this check. Oh, you're Kelishai.
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if
Yeah.
you'd like to share
I
a dinner
decided
and
I wasn't
pleasant
going to change it away
conversation,
from just chatting
just say
because
the
I don't
word.
care.
I like making new friends. I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
My status is still just chatting because this is not what I was planning on playing. And in case it didn't work, I didn't want to just be changing again and again and again and again. I hit all the energy out of my
Grotus,
sails.
I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion. That's impossible. Oh, it seems you might be right. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god, not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Yay, you're not dead. I just love how we have to say, you're not dying, stand up. And he's like, right, okay. Love Hera. Such a bummer.
I will guide us.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Where's the hall?
You'll have to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
We'll go.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
May Abadar keep you safe.
Ready. Actually, this is the point where we want to do healing. These should all be together. We'll just chug some healing potions. So we drenched ourselves with water and headed inside. Hot air burns our lungs and our eyes water from smoke, but romance leads us stuggerly through the veins while Tartuccio does nothing useful at all. We made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling, "It is Valerie!" "There are two more," she shouts. "They're wounded. Help pull them out. We will rush and save the guards from the fire." Together, we lift them up and carry them away from the fire. Yay! We saved the guards. I don't want to read those whole long story things. And then all that is your problem. And I'm leaving Tartuccio's stupid ring behind. I want to see what happens if we don't have the ring. We didn't take the money and we save the guards. Big fight! Final fight of the tutorial. Let's go.
They dare to attack me?
Now's where we actually care about all of our various abilities. Begin to sing. And then get into a position where you can start attacking. Yeah, really is to show off how cool Aldori is and how powerful the party will be later. Charge that assassin, Jaethel. Next turn we'll consider using your abilities and see if they're immune to your abilities too. What spells do you have prepared? True Strike, Bless. Let's walk as far as you can and still be able to cast Bless. That should hit everybody. Bless is an important spell. Hydra time! We're not going to be able to charge anyone with Valerie, so we'll just mark her forward as far as we can. Okay. Arctusio. You're gonna go running around over here. Eventually you're going to be doing a big fire AoE thing. Here we are. Everyone is going to be immune to our ability. But we can do a charge, so we will. Glaives are so cool. Lindsay. Go ahead and just shout at that guy. Okay. Seek justice.
Unworthy.
So the Inquisitor gets class ability. Enemies aren't immune to the Inquisitor's +1. The touch. Yeah, Hiram's annoyance is everything he's got is touch, which is not super great in this particular fight.
Let us strike as one!
Hey Tarctusio, are you ready? Burning Hands. Important question. Oh, immune to studied target. And it wastes my move. It wastes my action. Everything's immune and it wastes my action. Lindsay, no, you're our buff. Come back.
Wretched things.
Repent!
Do not falter!
Well,
Do not hold back.
I have to just be a worse fighter again. Touch of Chaos isn't even all that
Your
useful
life ebbs low.
in the game. Like, Touch of Chaos is such a good ability. It just is such a feel-bad in a video
Onward!
game. No! Romance! Romance is scare. Oh, it seems that the boss got all attack of opportunity to death.
What a waste. Ugh.
Stay behind me!
Well, that was a victory of some form. Let's take everything. We are heavily encumbered. Sort this by weight again. And I'm going to drop things that don't have at least a 1-to-1, I think. So, you can go... You're a 1-to-1. 20-6. That's not 1-to-1. Those are not worth carrying. Neither are these various padded armors, so we'll get rid of those too. That should put us at where we can make the journey after this whole affair. Yeah. Victory!
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger, and that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why she wasn't killed. The bandits recognized her as one of their own by this signet ring.
What?
Lady Aldori, I saw it with my own eyes. The ring must be in her pocket. Search her and I'm sure...
Enough, Tartuccio. I'm still the one giving orders here. We won't be searching anyone. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
The entirety is... Everything's gone. We didn't steal the money, so he's not putting the money on us. We saved the guards, so he's not yelling about that. We don't have the ring. Like, why is there any suspicion? This dude's just like, he's a spy! Look at the ring! And we're just like, what fucking ring are you talking about?
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
How could you say that?
Betsy, you know.
We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life the spy's anyone but this woman. I saw how she dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with her through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand. He's got the eyes of a spy. And the mug of a spy!
Wow, Amiri. Beauty is on the inside, don't you know?
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed her true colors. She forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Forgive me my trespass. In my defense, we were in the middle of battle and in dire need of weapons.
Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
It is insane when faced with death to stop and question whether you may be breaking some law or rule. Even more insane would be to ask forgiveness for making the right decision. Sorry, but your words display a lack of wisdom.
Aram, no!
What about that trick she pulled right before we came in here? She knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, she dallied as long as she could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. She was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
You expect me to just walk by while people are dying?
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but she behaved decently, as a true leader.
Oh my gosh, Lindsay and Romance both follow Shaylin. Yay! That's
A
these.
true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join her team. She seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
Tartuccio's the most pipsqueak here, one here, Jaethel. Oh my god.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least, not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this woman. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Leviton's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies. I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless. And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
We have a timer! That's another thing that I don't think is a great addition, is the addition of the timer.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, stolen lands. Heroes are on the way.
Yay! Let's just go. We have no reason not to just push on to Oleg's. Random encounter! This is another good thing about the game. I do like this map, this exploration mode.
What for Gorum?
Rage immediately, automatically. Let's go.
Tear them apart!
Fight defensively. That is what Valerie's whole thing is. He's the tank. I will take a moment because we haven't needed to yet, and we'll cast Cure.
Yes.
It's here.
We shall overcome.
They go down!
Easy peasy. And got 2 out of the 3 Thylacine skins. That's not too shabby. Random encounter complete. Woo! Moved Oleg's trading post right there by the river in my game because it always bothered me that it was not by the river when this is the northernmost of the river kingdoms and they're defined by their rivers. It just bothered me that Oleg's was not on a river. So I moved it. One of the things that you can do when you're a GM is you can just move things. You can just say, yeah, no, that's not there anymore. We're gonna put it on a river. Hi, Bakken. In the name of the Stag Lord, the lawful authority of the Stolen Lands, we demand this week's tax and some beer. Your pretty wife. I'm not interested in bloodshed, but I won't let you rob this man. Be on your way, and I'll let you go in peace. Hi,
We
Cressel.
will prevail.
Alright, yeah. Hey, Marie. No.
Attack!
Me. No.
Do not falter!
I guess we should sing. Go, Lindsay.
Bring it!
Get up.
Strike as one.
Onwards!
Serves you right.
Oleg!
Tear them apart!
Do not hold back.
We need to save Oleg. And level up, apparently. Woohoo! Level 2! We get Determined Zeal, which will give us additional bonuses on will saving throws. The benefits of the Die Hard feat whenever we shrug off an attempt by our moral opposite to kill us. Except, as we've already established, Slayer is all built around this entire studied target ability, which we're immune to. The enemies are immune to. So I don't know that we want to. I feel like we may just be better off taking Fighter. Take the bonus combat feat and just go. And that's what we're gonna do. Gonna keep leveling Persuasion and Mobility. We get another thing. Stealth, in case we actually have to sneak. And I think we'll keep role-playing the thing, but yeah. We could get Precise Shot, but actually I think I'm going to grab Weapon Focus again and take it for the Glaive. Because I'm going to use the Glaive more than the Rapier, I think, now. Which means we have 2 fighters. So... And our third one... Let's say... Your feet. What do you have here? Weapon efficiency, bastard swords. We could take the focus, but actually we have a shield thing. Let's do shield wall. Oh no, that needs the ally to have it also. Yeah, we'll do that one. Earth barrier. He's a tower shield specialist. Lindsay's a bard. He gets... Let's give her use magic device. That's going to be important. And let's give her knowledge of the world. And armor. We get even more things. And trickery to open locks. And a little bit extra stuff. And let's give her favored terrain forest. And her new spell can be sleep, because sleep is very powerful. And lastly, our barbarian. We're gonna basically have 2 fighters, a barbarian, and a bard for a bit. That's great. Athletics, nature, perception, mobility. And our rage is currently... This is our first rage power. Let's take guarded stance so she doesn't die when she's raging. Hooray! Victory! So, what's up, Oleg? Svetlana's out. Dove, why are you here? I told you to stay hidden. Dove, you're here. Why are you certain? Over, I saw it. I need to make sure you're all right. Sadness. They're straight. Someone's gonna attack us again. When and where they're gonna arrive? It's the Stag Lord's gang. They're gonna return in full force in half a day, maybe less. Okay. Well, we'll help you defend. Another good thing about Pathfinder 2nd Edition is they finally killed alignment in Pathfinder 2 ER. So we don't have this stupid thing like, we'll help you defend. That's not a lawful good action, that's just what we're gonna do because it's our job. Alchemist's Fire, put it by the gate, light it off with a burning arrow when they're on their way through. Look around. Yeah, it's not even that. There's a holy and an unholy alignment. But it is like basically explicitly a divine political situation. So, you know, if you're holy, you are in alignment with the holy forces of heaven. Spill tar near the entrance. Ah. Get fucked, bandits. So, most classes and jobs, it's not going to matter.
Without a doubt.
The ones that it does, it's not really an alignment thing. You're saying, I'm aligned with one of these 2 spiritual forces. And everything's been replaced with edicts and anathema. So your character actually has to, like, define rules they have to follow. So, yeah. And it also means that you can have the forces of holiness do things that you'd consider evil, and the forces of evil, of unholiness, do things you would consider good. It lets you ask more, it forces you to ask more, what are the motivations of people and their roles in society. And yeah, it's just a good decision. The way they've done it has been very nice. I appreciate the advancement. Exactly. Let's get into positions and wait. Everyone's ready to go, except Svetlana, who has to go hide because she's just a weak little girl. Even though literally every one of the adventurers coming is a woman.
To victory!
Okay. So.
We shall overcome.
We're gonna go position ourselves and wait. and rage as they get closer. Don't you bother, Oleg.
You deserved it.
Valerie is also going to advance.
Attack!
And let's not stand in the traps.
They go down!
We hit these two with sleep. Let's try and hit those two over there with sleep. Okay, we'll have to wait for that.
Stay behind me!
Oleg's not looking too hot. Let's try and get into a position where they're not shooting at Oleg quite as much.
Strike as one!
Okay. Sleepy time.
Let us strike as one!
Haha.
Do not hold back!
Chance of the charge? I don't think we can do that. Oh, we can. Okay. Then just kill him. And it's dead. And it's dead. And importantly, the Cloak of Resistance for our lovely Peter. Yay! We should probably Wand of Magic Missile for Lindsay. Okay. Aha! The rats got what they deserved. We get 100 gold coins. And we're told to head on up and go to bed. So we'll say hi to Svetlana before we do. Fight's all over. Kill some potatoes. Some other goods. Have our first night.
Applause, please.
Treasure all over the place. And DLC treasure. I'm just gonna go ahead and put on anyway. This bonus to Constitution. Pretty powerful, but not like game breaking. Bless 3 times a day as a cleric. Hex yeah, we're actually gonna give that to Lindsay though, because that's gonna be Lindsay's job. Also, give her a spell of Bane, just in case you need it. Then we go to sleep. Yay! You wake up from a nasty dream that's tortured you all night long, and that you see a wall of unnaturally thick fog getting closer and closer. Quick look out the window. Find fog is not just a figment of your imagination. There's Val, there's Amory, there's Lindsay. Lindsay is so short.
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me? Please.
It's a beautiful woman. We have to do what she says because she's beautiful. I'm glad my adventure begins with such a beautiful sight.
Beauty is so tender. It can so easily be crushed under the blows of cruel fate. But you can save it from being undone.
You want from me, oh beautiful spirit?
Aid, salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk.
Actually, this is a case of something where they do it better in the video game, but not as good as a GM can do it. The Guardian of the Bloom is presented just kind of in the background, and it's up to the GM to decide how and if she wants to use her. So I like to have the Guardian of the Bloom be a prisoner of the Stag Lord and be rescued when the party defeats the Stag Lord. I find that tends to create the sort of relationship between the party and the Guardian of the Bloom that we want for them to have. This is how they did this, and I think this is an interesting decision.
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. But my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thornford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
Oh, I just love her all the way from start to end. She's one of my favorite characters in all of Adventure Paths. She is wonderful.
I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than a coincidence.
Well, a beautiful spirit of nature. How many other things I'm supposed to hear? Braces of armor. Oh, braces of armor give me an increase to my armor class. So that's nothing compared to the chain shirt. Everyone here has armor that's at least +1, so that's nothing. And then this doesn't have the pets, but the other ones. So we don't have pets here. So now we have had our successful tutorial and our introduction to Oleg's. So now it's time to talk to all the members of the party and get to know them. and sell our junk. And there's Lindsay dancing. We love Lindsay. How should I put this? Oh, I know. Oh, hi. Lindsay, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Where are you from? I'm from all over. I was born in Galt, such a tiny village, it's not even on the map. If it weren't for my teacher, I'd still be living there, milking goats, weeding turnips, selling homebrew, having babies, and using books only as kindling. Who was your teacher? He's a true saint. He was once an important person from the capital at the Church of Shaylin, but then he got in trouble with the authorities and went on a self-imposed exile, the tiniest, most godforsaken, priestless village you could find. And that's where I was born. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers wouldn't let him. You can heal us all you like, but no putting ideas in our children's heads. It'll only distract them from their work. They did teach me on the sly. He taught me to read and write, and gave me books, poems, legends. He was the one who taught me about the Archknights of Aveston. When I told him I was going off a journey, he gave me a magic ring so Shaylin would protect me from harm. Shaylin, our goddess. Who are the Archknights of Aveston? I haven't heard of them? How can you be a heroine and not know one of the most epic stories in the history of stories? Oh no, I won't spoil anything. You should just read about them yourself. Every single chapter. Their adventures are where I get the idea of going on a heroic quest and writing about it to begin with. Look at me where I am, on a heroic quest. How'd you become a bard? Well, when I realized there was nothing for me at home besides more radish patches, I decided to run away. Traveling book peddler Tessie the Quail happened across our village, and I stuck to her like a burr. I wouldn't let go till she agreed to take me as an apprentice. Together we traveled everywhere, to Brevoy and Taldor, even Ustalav. And then I found out about the Academy of the Grand Arts in Pitax. And I thought, well, I love reading stories, and I can surely learn to write them too. I enrolled on my first try, and they gave me a scholarship. Then they expelled me. That's okay. They'd already taught all the important stuff, and now with Shaylin's help, I can manage on my own. College dropout, Lindsay faced. You worship Shaylin? Yeah, not to offend the other gods, but she's the most important of them all. All the other gods guard the world as it is, but only the eternal rose calls to the world as it should be. You worship her too, right? I'm so happy to hear that. For some reason, I think a leader following her call has the chance to make something beautiful in their lands, even with such a lackluster material as the Stolen Lands. Why are your clothes so messy? Forget it. I can't waste money on looks. I'd rather buy books instead. In 100 years, when people are reading my works, they're not going to ask whether the author had holes in her sleeves. Well, I might. I'll have to murder you while you sleep if you don't get yourself cleaner clothes. I don't just worship Salen, I murder those who are insufficiently beautiful. Okay, messy clothes are a sign of passion. Acceptable. Tell me about Pitax, because that's apparently where the spy is from. Oh, I love it. Even though they kicked me out, it's a joyful place. Oh, what's life like? Well, it's been a huge nest of thieves. Bandits, river pirates, smugglers, fences, card sharps. It's always home for the likes of them. That was before Iravetti became king. With him, a whole different life began there. He wanted to make history, but not as another bandit with a crown. Though that's exactly what he is. He wanted to be glorified through the centuries as a great patron of the arts. So he built the Academy of the Grand Arts and spent lots of gold with some of the best artists, poets, and musicians. Of course, the very best ones refused to go, but he got what he wanted in a way. Pitax was just a bronze barn for thieves. Now it's a cabaret. Oh, Prince Iravetti won his crown in a game of cards. Which is to say about as much as Pitax as it does about him. He's fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that from the moment he appeared, he started pulling off such schemes that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him in charge, gold flooded into Pitax. And also, he's extremely decadent and conceited. I mean, I don't know, Pitax sounds pretty lovely. Getting drunk with whores at the pub? That's not Lord Iravetti's style, oh no. He aims higher. Dressing up as a male Callistra with a golden codpiece and holding a 3-week orgy? With dancing on the rooftops, parades, public executions, and a contest for the best ode to the great unrivaled king? That's more like it. Well, maybe she should dress up as the woman Callistra with the golden codpiece, and it'll be even better. We can give Iravetti some notes. He also likes singing, and he orders the guards to make the citizens gather for his shows. May Shaylin have mercy on his listeners. How about the Academy? Oh, jokes aside, I'm thankful to Iravetti for building it, but he has no taste at all whatsoever. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying His Royal Highness. He kicked out the best charcoal artist because he didn't wish to spend money on gray scribbles. He sacked a masterful flute player from Tien Sha for playing too quietly, and he ordered them to open a kettle drum class. He even ordered the Academy to expel me. For what? An innocent limerick. Oh, I need to hear this limerick. I'd like to go back? I'd like to return, but on one condition. If they threw out 3/4 of the professors who teach there, I return the ones they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to be expelled. If my art was to Iravetti's liking, I'd have no reason. Then I would have reason to be ashamed. As long as mediocre lickspittles sit at the Academy, those with real talent beg on the streets. I won't cross the threshold of that place. Let's keep chatting. Hey, tell me your indecent limerick. Tell me about your book. It's there to tell. You've seen my rough drafts already. It's a book about you and your adventures. I'm writing the whole truth just as it happened. Well, the whole artistic truth. No glory, no story. Ah. Well, we'll worry about that later, I think. What about your friendship with Tessie? As I say, books took my urge to travel, and it was only thanks to Tessie that I managed to get out of my village. First, Tessie tried in vain to get rid of me, but later, when I told her I was staying in Pitak, she even shed a tear. I wonder where she is now. Leave and don't return. No, I've got to go, because you won't tell me your limerick. Just don't leave without me. Hey, bye, Lindsay. Honorial 8 Eyes is our... We need someone else person. Hi, what do you want to ask me, Svetlana? Hey, Hawk. It's a request, but maybe not important enough for your time. I understand you say no, but the first time Stacklord thugs came here demanding money, they took my wedding ring, tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket, but it means so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, that ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him, blah, 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 heterosexuality. Sure, if I come across your ring, I'll return it to you. Bye. Let's sell our stuff to Oleg. Hi, Oleg. Show me your wares. We have so much garbage to sell you. I shift click. We have so much garbage to sell you. I'll keep one. Composite longbow. So much to sell. I'll keep the banded mail for now. The banded mail might be good for Valerie. That's why I'm not selling it yet. Random rings. We have no use for the bracers of armor. I'm gonna keep those. I'll sell the cooking almanac. Sell the curse of ancient Yavaria. Cooking ingredient. Okay. Can I sort by type descending? Dead tales tell no men. Yeah, something like that. Pelts we can sell. Keep the cooking ingredients. I kind of wish the cooking ingredients were kept in a separate area. Silver discs. Silver discs from Numenera. Woohoo! So there's $1,000. What do we have as far as beneficial bits? We have a masterwork glaive. There is a masterwork glaive, which will give us an additional benefit. If you look at masterwork, it gives you a +1 on attacks. So I think that's worthwhile if we're glaving. I think we can sell our other glaive. Okay, we got the big sword. You're good there. I will keep a short sword. Yeah, we're keeping the longbow for one of us, so that's good. We already have banded mail, so that means that our banded mail can be sold. What's the best armor we can have here? So we have 3 dexterity, so we don't want to go above max X3. We can wear breastplate, I think. So we might just do that. You can go all the way up. Let's get you athlete. Go all the way up on you. You are a tank. I'm going to commit to that. Sell your banded mail. And I think that's our option. There we go. That's our transaction. There's our shared stash. Okay. Didn't show up for a bit. Okay. So we're at 17, 19. You're at 15. Stays at 15. Let's keep the hide armor. There's not an improvement. Composite longbow, longbow. We have enough strength that we can execute composite, so that's good. We'll give you the regular longbow. Give you the half plate. Excellent. You can sell that chainmail. You take this. You get the masterwork glaive. Give you that torch. Give you that torch. There we go. Talk to Oleg. Sell that. Okay, we are armed and armored. We've talked to Lindsay. Now we need to talk to Valerie. I think I'm gonna be done when we've talked to Valerie. I have a reason I want to talk to Valerie and Lindsay, because Shaylin,
I
you
will
worship
not
Shaylin.
falter.
Lindsay worshipped Shaylin, and now Valerie. Tell me about yourself, Valerie. I was born to a noble family, though I did not remain long. My father sent me to the Order of the Eternal Rose, and I left there when I realized it did not match my principles. Oh no. Eternal Rose is Shaylin. We were sent to the Paladin Order. As you can imagine, in my first days I was surrounded by crowds of servants and nannies who never stopped praising my heavenly beauty. The Paladins of Shaylin used to visit our house echoed those praises. In the end, general consensus overwhelmed my father's better judgment. When I turned 6, I was brought to the Church of Shaylin and thus told that it would be my new home. Don't pity me, though, for you. Many who hear the story immediately assume my parents were cruel and had no love to the child. My parents had respect for me. They taught me something that supported me all my life, a sense of self-esteem. Besides, they don't abandon me. Once every 6 months they would come and visit me at the Order. We had tea, and they had an hour to walk around the garden. Then they would take their leave as etiquette demanded. Yeah, it's a good twist. It's a great twist on Shaylin, and it would have worked even better in a Pathfinder 2e setting where Shaylin is not explicitly a neutral good deity. It's like, yes, Shaylin is goodness and beauty. Wow, that makes everything a little awkward. But when Shaylin is just love and art and beauty, and there's no good or evil about it, then this makes even more sense. Why did you leave the Order? Well, because of my heavenly beauty. According to Shaylin's laws, all art is sacred in whatever form it takes. Severe punishment awaits those who dare harm a painting, sculpture, or poem, no matter how worthless that drivel might be. Yes, I'm aware of that, Valerie. I am a deliverer of Shaylin's justice upon those whom you're describing. My looks always attracted unwanted attention from pilgrims and acolytes. See, my first poem, dedicated to me when I was 9. The author was some wealthy geezer. That was only the beginning. Sculptures, pictures, poems, I was drowning in them. My admirers mobbed me, and I had to respectfully accept all their garbage. The clerics of the temple were magnanimous. My suitors made generous offerings to the church, but one time I just snapped. Some wealthy idiot had dedicated an extremely untalented poem to me. They had the nerve to read it to my face, holding my sleeve. The hour was late. I was on my way to get rest after a boring lesson on rhymes. I lost control and tore the poem apart right in front of him. The paladins wanted to impose some punishment upon me. I don't remember which one exactly. They wanted me to repent. Instead, I just gathered my things and left. Well, let's change the subject. You have my attention. So, you're an atheist? Right. I need no guidance from above. I have my own good conscience and my leader's orders to live by. Your leader, your leader, Romance, who is an assassin in service of the church that you've just been decrying. It'd be better if you leave. I'm very tempted to click that. From a roleplay perspective, I think. Thank you for your conversation. I think it'd be better if you leave. I'm not actually going to carry that through. We need her for the time being, but that's why I saved before it. But, yeah. I am actually very tempted. Unexpected. I don't think she knows that she's speaking to an assassin of Shaylin. What I was, thinking is, I just, attack you. But I can't. Because it's just because if we remember during the character creation, which Hawk wasn't here for, but during character creation, I'm like, yes, something ugly is in the Stolen Lands. Something that we have been sent by the Church of Shaylin to kill. We might not know what that is. Well, Valerie, our faithful knight, has not sought penance for the destruction of art. She's on thin ice. Toxic Fury. Thank you, Hawk. We'll find out, is this Toxic Fury? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play this more. I'm getting tired. It's a bit late. I started off being just a bit depressed because C2C didn't work. We'll probably come back and play more of this. But for now, romance. Not her given name, but her chosen name, Romance. Assassin of the goddess Shaylin, but not actually a slayer after the first level, because the core class feature of Slayer doesn't work, apparently. Everyone's immune to it. Okay, so just a fighter, because that's what we basically become without that feature, is a fighter but worse, so let's just be a fighter. He has to consider what's going on with Valerie. I have to consider how I'm going to go to bed when I drink a big thing of Pepsi, thinking I was going to stream later. But that's a problem for tomorrow me. The problem for now me is a far simpler problem. That problem is, do we have enough people to go raiding? And if so, where do we want to go? And I think we do have enough people to go raiding. So, we don't have any quests. We might just go to Mac. Get in here. Get in here, all 6 of you. 4 is good enough.